Hey everyone, Levi666 back again. This time we're going to talk about the Barb and how you can get your Barb up into the T6 difficulties. Previous to the 2.1 patch, I was using the leapquake Barb, and I was trying to piece together the rest of the IK set so I could run the mountain set and the IK hybrid set. So it's pretty much you either get to do that or you can run the full Raycors set, which I have enough pieces here to do. And I was running a Fire Raycore build for a while. I'm not saying that it's a bad build. I really like the build. It's extremely strong. You just lack in single target DPS. So when you get to a Rift Guardian or something like that, you don't get to spam your charge. It's good in solo games. It's absolutely horrible in group games. Your group will hate you because you will just keep taking mobs away from them and just carrying them down the screen while you continue to do damage. And for me, I didn't like it because I had to be very proactive about where I was standing, where I was going to charge to, where my cursor was, where the mobs are, to make sure that I hit enough so that it comes off a cooldown. And I just didn't like playing the Barb that way. It was kind of fun, back in the day when you could just furious charge back and forth across the screen. Like I remember doing that before this set even was out. When Diablo 3 first came out and people were doing that. It's similar to the bowling ball build back with the Demon Hunter when your tumble would lay down the streak of fire and it did like crazy amounts of damage, and you would just tumble back and forth and back and forth and let the mobs melt in the fire. And then Blizzard nerfed the damage of the fire and everything. So I went away from the Raycore set. I used the Raycore set to get the IK chest piece. That was the one piece I was missing to complete my bonus. But let's pretty much go over here. You have to use the Ring of Royal Grandeur to get the bonus, okay? Now you can either use the Pull of the Earth gloves or the IK gloves, all right? Because I got cooldown on the Pull of the Earth gloves, I went with those instead of the IK gloves. Actually, I think I didn't roll anything on these. So these would actually be better than what I'm wearing. See, I'm just totally unprepared for this video. And then because what I would do then is, all right, you can just pop those there, and then the mountain helm, IK helm becomes the mountain helm, and so we still get the 4-set bonus. So you run the mountain helm, shoulders, and pants, or the mountain shoulders, gloves, and pants, and then you run the IK helm, chest, or bracers, or the IK gloves, chest, or brace, or belt, not bracers, belt. And so that way you'll get your bonus. And because you got to have the LUT socks on so you get the extra leap. I really enjoy the furnace. I got a really good roll here with the cooldowns and able to get the extra vitality for survivability. My Ring of Royal Grandeur is pretty good with attack speed, critical hit chance. I got the Pain Enhancer there now. This is the next gem I'm ranking up. With the Blood Frenzy, the critical hits happen all the time, and when you're leaping around and hitting everything, the Blood Frenzy will hit, and then your Ancients will do more damage. I'm also using Bane of the Trapped. Right now, I'm kind of using this as a frozen spec, so that will do more damage to everything that's trapped or anything that's within range of you. And then the last one I'm using is the Enforcer, increases the damage of your pets, which is my Call of the Ancient guys. So now you've kind of seen the gear. Alright, we're just going to switch back, and I'm going to fix this stuff after the video. We're going to re-roll some things and get some better stats here. But we're going to the skills. I'm using Whirlwind Hurricane with the cold spec because it's going to pull things in. I didn't even go over. I missed the gloves. I got strong arm bracers. We got fire damage on the gloves. I'll explain why in a minute, but enemies that suffer knockback take 27% more damage. That also includes like when you suck them in using Leap, Call of Ariat, and the Whirlwind. My follower, I usually use the S of Johann there, and then you want the double unity combo with the Cannot Die relic. skills. So Whirlwind Hurricane's going to pull things in. You're going to do more damage from the strong arm bracers. I'm using Battle Rage Bloodshed. Critical hits cause an explosion, doing more damage. You know, we're already crit hitting a lot and putting the Pain Enhancer dot on everything. So this is kind of more damage overall. You could be using Warcry Impunity if you wanted more survivability. It would definitely bump up your toughness. Right now I'm at 12 million, and if I switch over and then pop it, I'm at 16 million toughness. You know, decent resistance there. We got really good armor. That would take us up to 87%. 50% crit chance, 319 crit damage. You got 38% cooldown, and there's a little bit of fire damage, taking us up to just a million even damage that we got. When we flip this out back to Battle Rage Bloodshed, the buff that we get takes us to 960, and then we're up over 1.1 million damage. So that's just a little damage buff for me, but that's what I prefer. Wrath of the Berserker Insanity literally doubles your damage, then you're going up to 2 million, and then your Call of the Ancients do more damage. Earthquake Chilling Earth, it's going to freeze everything in place, so your guys don't really have any risk of dying, and then you just rape through everything because they just can't move. Just pretty much freeze lock, and this is really, really good in group builds. How the Raid Corps is definitely a solo build, this really, really shines in a group build when you're playing with a couple, you know, classes that are the lighter armor class. You're playing with like a Demon Hunter or a Wizard or something like that, and you want to really mitigate where the enemies go, and you can control that and lock them in place and keep them from running off and hitting and, you know, helping your other guys draw aggro away from you and everything, so you can stop that from happening. Leap Call of Arya. Leap towards your enemies, creates a shockwave that sucks them all towards you. They're going to take extra damage from the strong arm bracers from that as well. And then Call of the Ancients, Council Rises. A lot of people I've seen are using Together as One, so you take less damage overall. You may use this in the higher rifts. It's a huge damage loss, in my opinion. And this is why I have fire damage on my bracers. I'm still kind of test playing this character. I like to have the fire damage over the cold damage because the Council Rises with fire just does so much damage. And some people will say that it's not that much more than if you used something like Together as One and had like you know, some lightning buff to it as well. But I tend to disagree. I see my guys crit for 15 to 20 million damage, and when I switched to Together as One or Ancient's Fury, I was playing around with using something besides Whirlwind, like Seismic Slam, Shattered Ground, or Permafrost. You know, as a Fury spender, but that just didn't really work out. The damage they were putting out was, they were critting for maybe 4 million, 5 million, and that was really weak, and it was just taking too long to get through mobs. So the Council Rises, if you come across a mob that you really can't be near whirlwinding, like Fire Chains or the stupid Poison Ground, like Consecration type stuff, you really just let your guys handle it, and they'll take everything out for you. The passives that I'm using, we got Tough as Nails and Nerves of Steel for the extra armor bonus. Boon of Bolcathos to reduce the cooldown of Wrath of Berserker. And then Earthen Might, which pretty much gives us infinite fury, because we'll jump, jump, jump. We got full fury. We'll be whirlwinding for a while, whirlwinding. Our leap is now off cooldown. You can keep whirlwinding, and then you can leap again, and you'll just never really run out. For a while for survivability, I was running Bloodthirst, but without any extra buff to life per fury spent on your gear, there's really not much of a point to this skill. Berserker Rage, additional fury at maximum fury. If you wanted to, instead of using Whirlwind, use something like a generator like Weapon Throw or Frenzy, you could go with that and let your Ancients do extra damage. This is kind of like a hybrid, where I really do just as much damage as my ancients, and I kind of like it balanced like that. I've never found Tasker and Theo gloves. They're for some reason eluding me and extremely rare for all my characters. I all my hours playing this game, I've never found a pair. Um, and so this is just kind of a fun hybrid build where you can run around with your ancients, and even your little guy, when he's got the S of Johann, he can freeze things here. Does some work. Bull Kathos Wedding Band definitely helps drain the lives in the higher rift levels. And then you just jump around, freeze lock everything, use your chilling quake there, and that'll cool down off the number of enemies you kill. And you know, if you want to switch to fire, you can use it as a fire spec. It really doesn't matter. You can really play your own way. For a while, I was using this as a fire spec. You know, because I had the Haunt of Axo instead of the Call of Ariat. I was actually using the Death from Above to get the extra little shadow guys that come out every 30 seconds. They seem to do a pretty decent amount of damage. They crit for pretty much what I would crit for doing Whirlwind, which was around, you know, 5 to 6 million damage, which is not too bad. But there you go, guys. I have not yet gotten to test out anything using like the Reinhardt. I got a nice Azure Wrath here, and if I pick up a Reinhardt or something like that, or maybe I'll use like Sunkeeper Reinhardt combo and see how that works out with the chill effect. From what I've read, I think that that the chill effect from Reinhardt, the 10,000% damage, cannot proc on elites. I'm not sure if that's true or not, so if somebody could drop a comment and let me know if that is the case. For our Paragon, we got movement speed, strength, then we did cooldown reduction, crit chance, crit damage, life, resist all armor, well, resist all life then armor, and then the last one, area damage, life on hit. We don't really have a need for resource cost reduction. Extra gold is fine, you know, because you're going to need gold to fuel a lot of your spending and recrafting and re-rolling of items. As you see, I'm kind of a pack rat. I like to save a lot of stuff. But alright guys, I hope this guide was helpful for you. We'll be doing a gameplay video real soon of this guy going through a rift. He usually runs a little slower. It's about 6.5 to 7 minutes as opposed to my 5.5 to 6 minutes on my wizard and on my monk. But the barbarian's just kind of a slower class, and it's the price you pay to get the spin to win. You know, it's a really fun whirlwind. Whirlwind is back. I remember playing whirlwind in D2. You know, you would leap around to get out of certain situations down in Diablo's lair or in the good times in those old games. So it's kind of a nice throwback to Diablo 2. Alright guys, like I said, hope this video was helpful to you. If you liked the video, please comment, rate, and subscribe to the channel, and we'll be putting out more Diablo 3 content in the future. Alright, later. Peace.